Listen, man, I don't even know. I kind of messed up my last episode because I didn't know what number I'm on, and I think that's a good thing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I think that's a good thing when you lose track of what episode you on. You know what I'm
All right,
saying?
that's okay. I'm
So
in it.
this is pretty much just another episode, right?
Right.
Um, Yo, I got chef extraordinaire in the building, man. Tisha's here, man. Like, yo,
Chef T.
Chef T's in
That's
the
me.
building. You already know what it is, man. This girl's talent is like yo, I can't even put it into words, man. Like I have a lot of special guests on this show,
Yeah.
right? And you add to that list. You know what I'm
Appreciate it.
saying?
Yeah.
Because we love what you're doing. Um, we love everything. Yo, like man, I can't even wait to dig in. Like y'all see, like hold up, y'all gotta see the display of this thing. You know what I'm
Just a little
saying?
something, man.
Just a little something. You know what I mean?
I
So
didn't want to come empty-handed.
yeah, absolutely. Listen. You have to come through. Like when I go to places,
Yeah.
I bring a bottle of champagne or something. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
come with a little something.
Right. You know what I mean? So this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. I mean, what they call this? Like what is this?
What is this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a few things that I've been working on. New dishes. I'm always in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Like she'll tell you, I'm always in the kitchen, finagling something, brainstorming, thinking of
Right.
something. I try to do things that are a little different.
Right.
I see a lot of chefs, and a lot of chefs doing their thing, and I just try to see if I can make my own way,
Yeah.
my
yeah.
own lane.
Right.
So on this side, we got is wontons. So everybody knows wontons.
yeah. Yeah.
Wontons could have whatever in it.
Mm-hmm.
These are, a little Caribbean twist
Nice.
on wontons, which is an Asian dish.
Okay.
So these have jerk chicken inside of it.
Woo! Wonton jerk.
What
Oh,
else is
shit.
Caribbean about this side? I have the glaze on it, sorrel glaze.
Nice.
So it's got
nice.
sorrel, it's got ginger, it's got
Wow.
apricot. Just a little something to counterbalance the
Mm.
heat of the jerk chicken.
Right.
On this side, this is one of my favorite new things, man. It's an egg roll. Honestly, I cut them up.
Mm.
Egg roll. So when you think of egg roll, it's something small,
Right.
something you can just pop in your mouth.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
easy. But what flavor is different? So I love gyros.
Mhm.
Gyros have that Greek Mediterranean type of
Right.
flavor. I put that in there. I put the tzatziki sauce, put a little tomato, put a little cucumber, a little onion.
Mm.
And basically it's a gyro and like bite size.
Damn. Yo. Listen, man. We gonna definitely we definitely gonna address
That's gonna
that
be
later.
off camera.
Yeah. We gonna definitely address. No. Matter of fact, we gonna address it on camera.
On camera. I would like your
Yeah.
your true
Yeah.
opinion
Yeah.
of the flavors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
just the concept alone is dope. You know.
When you Google something
Mm-hmm.
and you see 10,000 versions of it, that means people
Right.
do it a lot.
Yeah.
And when I
yeah.
Google this, I really
No
didn't
one is
see the
doing
stuff.
that.
So that made me like, let me put my own little thing on it.
Right.
So somebody, when they Google, they're going to see Chef T's. Chicken gyros.
Right. Hashtag it.
cheesy
You know what I'm saying?
chicken gyros.
Yeah.
Little something different. I don't know. I just like messing around in the kitchen. I just
Yo,
like
you
doing my
see
own
that's
thing.
the thing, man. You gotta go in the matrix with it. You know what I'm saying? Where
Listen.
there's no walls, there's no
Right.
rules.
There's no rules, and that's
You
the
know?
beauty of the kitchen. It's just
Right.
you do what you feel.
Right.
Well, what do I like? I like to just try different stuff.
All right, T. So ladies and gentlemen, man, we got T in the building, man. Chef T, man. Don't get it twisted, right? So let's start from the beginning.
Oh.
Right. Where are you originally from? Where your family is from?
Okay, so my mother is Trinidadian.
Okay.
My father is Puerto Rican.
Oh shit.
So I got a little bit of that island
Wow.
joint in there.
Yo, you know what's so dope about the world that we living in today is that we are so multicultural,
Yes.
mixed together, just a gumbo.
Put it together, it'd be
pot.
beauty.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's very important, man. That's dope. So your mother's Trinidadian.
My
and
mother's Trini, so I grew up with that influence. I mostly grew up on the Trini side,
Right.
but my Puerto Rican side is still there, So I like to blend. I like to put together.
Yo, I'm looking for a Puerto Rican woman. You know any? You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
even want to suggest.
You know.
Or,
Yo, cause they
because
cray.
they're very crazy.
Listen, but you know what I love about them? I love how they love to love. That's what I fell in.
They're
love
very
with.
warming, and they love to make
Yeah.
you feel
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's what got me.
But don't do them.
And then they lash me in
Don't
the
do them
head.
dirty.
You know what I'm
because,
saying?
they will let you know they crazy.
Yeah, but shout out to my Boricuas, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is.
Have
So,
Rico on it,
let's take a toast, man. Let's take a toast,
Okay.
man. So here's to success. Here's to health. Here's to longevity. And
Yes.
again, here's to get into the bag.
let's get it.
Just
A little sip.
so your mom's is from Trinidad,
Mm-hmm.
your father's Puerto Rican. How was growing up in the household or experiencing both of those cultures?
I really experienced both sides.
Right.
So I grew up on a day-to-day. My household was Trinidadian.
Right.
So it was growing up with the peas and rice and this and that, West Indian stuff.
Right.
Then, I go visit my Spanish family and I'm getting, chuleta, which is, pork chops, and pernil, which is roast pork, and the rice and beans, and the flavors are completely different.
Yeah.
The same elements, your rice, your beans or your peas,
Right.
and you have your meat, but the flavors on both sides,
Yeah.
two totally different flavors.
Right.
But I just, in my head, said, let me just blend them. This dish, you might get this from me one day. You might get some Spanish from me one day. Next day, you might get some West Indian. You might get some oxtail, some, sweet plantain, and this and that. It just depends on how I feel.
You know what I'm noticing? And I believe you too. You know why I believe you? Because the way that you're talking, right? The way that you pronounce the food, the Spanish food, you really pronounced it like a Spanish person, right? And then when you were talking about the West Indian Trinidadian food, you really sound like that.
different.
Right?
Yeah,
Completely different. You know what I'm saying?
It just depends on where I'm at and what I'm doing and what I'm making.
Right. So who in the household was the chef?
So
Senior chef.
on my West Indian side,
Right.
I would have to say it's my Auntie Jean.
Oh, shout out to Auntie Jean. Shout out to Auntie
Oh,
Jean. Let's give
excuse me.
Auntie Jean a round of applause. Auntie Jean.
Auntie Jean taught me everything I know about West Indian
Yeah.
food. And I
Nice.
grew up, that was the she was the working woman.
Right.
So I grew up in a house where it was me and two other teenage boys, but I'm the female in the house.
Right.
So, TT is what she called me. TT, go in and season this and do that before I come home and
Right.
set it up. You know what I'm saying? And I just learned and watched her baking fresh bread and making cook up and with Trinidad it's called pilau. Whatever. Like, and then I'm on my grandmother's side and I'm watching her when I go visit her on the weekends and I'm watching her and I see she's making pastelillos and she's making sofrito or whatever.
Sofrito.
Like different stuff. So I just really grew up with both sides.
Nice.
And it just somehow blended together to form what I do today.
Wow. So who was T as a young girl? Like what was her aspirations? What were her dreams? What were you forecasting your life would be like?
I'll tell you, anybody could tell you, from such a young age, I just knew this is what I want to be. I had no clue.
Right.
And I just knew, I just wanted to do what I wanted to do,
Right.
whatever it was.
Right.
And it just evolved into a lot of things.
Right.
DJ, this, that. I put my hand in a lot of things, played
Right.
instruments from young and, been in the church. And it was just a lot.
So your family was which side of the family was really, really religious?
That would be the West Indian side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you grew up in
I
the
grew
church.
up in a church and, Sunday is this, and that's it. You know, your whole day is taken up. You get up, you got Sunday school, you got service, you got after service, and you got this and that. You know what it is.
Service
like,
all day.
It's just service all day. And that was the West Indian side that instilled a lot in me that I hold dear to me to this day.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
I can't get away from it. I don't want to. Like, that's just me. Certain things. You know, I don't make no apologies for it. That is what made me who I am, the person that I am.
So that part was building you spiritually.
Yeah, I definitely could say that.
Okay, so all right, so now on your Spanish side, right? What was that preparing you for?
That prepared me for just being totally free with my cooking and just just understanding flavors.
Yeah.
Like, I would have only have known West Indian flavors, but that other side of me allowed me to say, oh, I could do this and this, and they both taste great.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
They're just different.
Right.
You know, it just allowed me to never be in a box.
Right.
Never.
Well, listen, man, that's a great space to be in because you know, entrepreneurs and business owners should not be boxed in, right? And if you are boxed in, then break the box, right?
I love
because
to break the box.
there's so much opportunity, there's so much growth outside of the box. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like that analogy. We were taught to color within the lines. Right,
F them lines, man.
You know,
F them lines.
You know, just scribble on
anybody
outside
who knows
of it.
me knows
You know?
I'm never in any lines at all.
So, what type of trouble T used to get into when she was young?
I liked everything else but school.
Right.
So school was the thing that I would get in trouble for, and my grades and this and that. I was probably the average student.
Right.
But you know, you talk to me about growing up in church and stuff, and my pastor, he teach me 4 instruments.
Right.
And I will excel at that.
Okay.
That would just be me.
So let's talk about it because Wicked DJ, you know what I'm saying? Past life, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I tell people, you know what I'm saying? Like past life, like you know, this is my new life, right? So, man, like I heard you play, you know, we used to play together and you know what I mean?
We did a number of parties
together.
together.
And you on point, man. Like
Appreciate
you really doing your thing DJ wise, man. So, that music influence came from you being in church.
It came from me being in church. It came from me hearing on a Saturday, going by my auntie.
Right.
And they playing calypso and soca, and then the next weekend I'm by my grandmother and we hearing salsa.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I just love music. Period. I love every aspect of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
To know different styles and genres, I took to that.
Right. So, at what point? Because you had a beautiful DJ career. You was doing your thing, you know, mash up enough parties and shell it down, right?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So the passion that or the process, let's say the process of getting into music and understanding music, at what point did you take that process and applied it to cooking?
Culinary. So, what was it, 2016? From 2016 and 12 years before that, I had been working at the airport.
Right.
Slinging bags and patting down people.
Oh, man.
Hated every minute of it.
Oh, man.
That was just the dread of my life, was to get up to go and do that. And that job, I stepped away from that job and I literally was unemployed and had nothing. Like, oh, what am I going to do now?
Right.
You know, you get to that point in your life where you're just like, what am I going to do now? Like, what is my life about? And to say, oh, I just went from that to cooking, no.
Right.
You know, I was doing a DJ thing and that was cool, but it just wasn't.
You had a deeper calling.
And I didn't know what it was.
Right.
You know, and slowly, so I need to make money now. So what I need to do? These things that I've been making for my family and my friends, they love it. So why not sell it? Right. So I started with the empanadas, Empanadas was like huge.
Right.
And then it just escalated from there. Like, okay, well, you know what? I'm the type of person, if I don't know how to do something, I'm going to look it up.
Right.
And I'm going to do my research. How can I make this better? How can I whatever? And it just went from there until it was like, okay, maybe I can make something out of this.
Right. Right.
You know?
So that's dope. That's dope. So before we get to your whole culinary experience, right, and dive
That was
into
a whole
that,
nother
and
thing.
dive into that. So let's talk about you working at the airport, right? And,
Okay.
and what part of it you hated the most? Because I find that you know, a lot of us are going to jobs that we don't like. Right.
It happens
The
every day.
the scheduling, the responsibilities,
And I don't knock
what
anybody for doing
you
it.
know,
You gotta do what
following
you gotta
the
do.
orders, you know, following the rules. You know, a lot
Yes,
of us
a lot of rules.
really can't subscribe to that, especially those of us that have these dreams
Yeah.
or something, or at that point we may not necessarily know what it is,
Right.
and which direction we're actually going to go, but it's something inside of us that's just nudging
just-
us.
yeah,
It's
like,
just
you know,
it's an
there's
unsettling
something, yeah, there.
feeling, right?
Yeah. I went
And-
through that for a lot of years.
Yeah. So let's talk about you working at the airport, and at what point did you start to get that nudge?
Well, I worked at the airport. That was probably my second job from as of being an adult, you know? I
Right.
started at 21. And then everybody tells you, this is such a great job. Like, you work for the government.
Right.
I didn't care about any of that. It
Right.
didn't phase me. It's not what I love. And when you get up for, in the day, you're excited about what you're going to do, even if you're
Right.
stressed out about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that. It wasn't that. It was like, okay, it's a job, and I'm going to go do that. And then I let that go for like 12 years.
Right. Wow.
And 12 years of just,
Nothing moving. It's not getting any
nothing
better.
excites
No
my
excitement.
life. And for
you
me,
know. No growth.
that's just me. I like excitement in
Right.
what I'm doing.
Right.
And it wasn't that. And then things didn't work out there.
Right.
And then I had no job.
Okay, so how scary was that? Right,
It was
you're in a place where you don't know what your next move is.
Yeah,
right?
no clue.
You don't know what by this time you're still trying to figure out your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to figure out what it is that you can do, not just do just off the sake of just doing something,
No,
but
what
something
do you-
that means something to
means
you,
something, yeah.
right? When you look back at your life and you see all of these different parts
Yeah.
that's been added to your journey,
Mm-hmm.
now you're like, okay, so you're at a place now where it's like, okay, I did the working thing, I did that heavy,
Mm-hmm.
okay, right? That didn't give me the feeling that I need
Right,
of purpose, right?
right.
DJing definitely gave me some sense of
Right.
purpose, right? Because I was able to sew into people when I played music, the way people
You see
reacted,
the
you
reaction.
feel it,
You
right?
feel their reaction.
Right.
It makes you feel.
Yeah.
You feel what they're feeling.
Right. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that got you closer. And then now you're at a place where now you're looking back at all of those experiences and you're saying to yourself, okay, well, my auntie, right, sold into me, right? My Spanish side sold into me, my Trini side sold into me, and it's been based on this whole culinary type of experience.
And I didn't even know that was sewn into me
Right.
until I started gaining interest.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I know how to do that. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
remember like when I had to do this and I had to do
So let me ask you this. So that space, right, from you not working, trying to figure things out, right? Did you start to explore being a chef at that point, or
I had no idea
or
that I
no?
wanted to be a chef.
Okay.
Like, I was unemployed and I needed something to
Right.
bring in income.
Right.
And then it just really just went from there. Like, once I make something, I learned something. Okay, it sparked my brain.
Right.
I want to learn how to do this. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to bake this, but I want to try.
Right.
Look it up, do it. I try it. Maybe the first time may not be good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you try and you tweak and you say, oh, okay.
Right.
And then reactions off of people, family, they really helped me to tell me what's good and not. No, that I didn't like. It was good, but
Right.
okay.
So you take that
Adjustments.
feedback.
But it was a rough time
Right.
trying to figure out where I fit in.
So that transition was not easy at all.
No.
Right.
No.
So because a lot of us, like, we're working at a job, we don't really want to work at a job, and it's so scary. I mean, you know what I love? I love the fact that I love the fact that God would just throw you out to the wolves sometimes,
Let you figure it
right?
out.
And let you figure it out.
Right.
So being in a position where, okay, you're not working anymore and you're trying to figure out what's my next move, I have to make an income, you know what I'm saying? And you have no clue at that point. But what's miraculous about being thrown to the wolves is that things start to reveal itself,
Yes.
right? So this talent that you have for cooking started to reveal itself.
At a late age.
And subconsciously, you had all of the recipes already embedded in you, right? And all you needed to do was actually just make a move, right? And then all of the ingredients would pop up
Yeah.
to get you to where you are today.
Right.
Wow. Man, well, I'm gonna let you tell it because damn, I mean, see, I like it's super relatable to me, right? And it doesn't matter what it is, or what profession it is, or what talent it is. I dig into the process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and that doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? So like, this podcast is about Brooklyn entrepreneurship. But what's more important is that it's about processes, right?
Yeah.
It's about figuring out how can I go from where I am to
where I
being at
wanna
a
be.
better place,
Yeah.
or being where I want to be.
Right.
So let me ask you this. So you started to cultivate, right? You started all these recipes and I want to say power, because it is power at
Right.
the end of the day,
Yeah.
right? All of this power started to reveal itself within you as soon as you started to experiment with these different dishes and stuff like that. So how did that process move along after that?
Well, I started selling food.
Right.
Boom. So I'm selling food, and nobody knew who I was as far as a chef. I had friends and I had a lot of people at the airport that I knew. So I would do that, sell food, but things just didn't fall in line after maybe like a month or two. And then it's like, okay, the world starts to come into your head and you start to realize, bills have to be paid.
Right.
So then it was like, okay, I went from working at the airport, making, decent money, like,
Right.
For the airport, but whatever, making decent money. And then I say, I have a passion that I feel like is biting me.
Right.
And you can't just go and say, I just want to work at any restaurant and be the top chef. Like, I had to start from the beginning, really. So
Right.
working, making whatever, $20 an hour to now, I need to take a job and start like as if I'm 20 years old
Right.
and make $12 an hour.
Right.
I did it.
Well, listen, let me commend you on that, because not a lot of us understand that sometimes we have to take a couple steps back, right, to be able to forward ourselves, to forward our lives, to forward our purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I was in high school. Well, yeah, I was in high school at that time. One of my cousin's boyfriend was actually working at a school, and this was I mean, these kids was they was well off, right?
Okay.
Like very, very well off. So they didn't have regular school lunches,
Right.
right? They had chefs in there
Gotcha.
preparing their meals.
Preparing their food. Yeah.
And it was out there in what's that area? Over there by West Fourth. I forgot what you call that area.
That's Greenwich,
Right.
right?
So
The village. Yeah.
the village, right. So we was over there, and it was a high school and a junior high school, and my cousin boyfriend was working there, and he brought me in there, right? And I was a preparer,
Okay.
right? So every time at lunchtime, I had to cut up celery, I had to cut up
You was the prep
carrots.
guy.
I was a prep guy, right? You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? While the chefs over there, they got they chef wear on, the hats. You already
and
know the
delegating,
uniform,
and you're doing the
right?
dirty
And
work.
I'm doing all the prepping, right? But that was a beautiful experience, man. I mean, I never thought about being a chef or anything like that, but just having the opportunity to experience that,
It's a
right?
different experience. 'Cause I
Yeah.
will say, whether you're a prep guy, whether you're the dishwasher,
Right.
it
Yeah.
teaches you structure.
I started on dishes
It
before I became a
teaches
prep.
you a lot of structure you didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like the kitchen world is a
Yeah.
whole different world than when I went from slinging bags and patting down people, where I was, the bad TSA agent.
Right.
I went to being the little guy, and no, I need you to cut these a certain way. I need this cooked
Right.
this way, but it's a structure. It teaches me, and I worked in a restaurant after selling food and realizing, okay, I have to get a job now, and I start
Right.
from the bottom.
Yeah.
I had to learn. I really had to learn from down
Right.
to up. You know what I'm saying? It taught me a lot.
So listen, don't ever be afraid of starting from the bottom, right?
I had to learn that.
Because what's exciting about it, especially when you realize that like you're going after your dream,
Mm-hmm.
like you have a better understanding and feeling, right, of what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the groundwork of starting from the bottom, it's not that hard. It's not that strenuous anymore, right? Opposed to if you was just working for somebody else.
No, because
And-
okay, I need this,
Right.
so let me eat this,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I had to eat that for a couple of years.
Right.
You grow in the company. I worked for a company in the city,
Mm-hmm.
and I learned a lot.
Right.
And I worked there for about 4 years, and I went from here, and then progressed, and until it made something in my head came to me and was like, you're working so hard, so hard. I would say I slung bags for 12 years,
Right.
and in the kitchen is the hardest place I've ever had to work.
Wow. Yeah.
It really was the hardest physical work, mental work to keep things in order, and that's not me. I've just
Listen,
never been that.
I used to be scared that I'm gonna sweat in those friggin' celeries and carrots
Listen,
that I was cutting up.
you're
You know what I'm saying?
sweating
It's
and
it's great. It's
Nah,
crazy.
It really just showed me something different,
Wow.
and I needed that. I needed that to get to where I'm at. I would never be able to run the business that I run now,
Right.
no matter how young the business is. I would never be able to do that if I didn't,
Right.
work at that restaurant.
So all this time you're taking chances. You're stepping out on faith,
Mm-hmm.
right? Do you do any praying? Because the reason why I asked this,
Okay.
right? And because my last guest told me we was having a conversation interview, and she told me that she prays over every post that she puts out, every picture that she takes, she pray on.
That's-
Right, every
that's
single thing. I
great.
was like, "Damn,
wish
I
I
need to get
could-
my prayer level up."
Right, like
You know what I'm saying?
saying
I
that,
be
like, wow.
yo, yeah,
I
I
need
be
to do that.
I be over God on everything,
pray
right?
over the day, you
But-
pray over the whole
Right,
general, but like
it's general, but to
everything
be
you do, you
to be
should.
like that,
yeah, that's faith.
yeah, that was dope, and I'm glad she spoke about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it taught me something. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to say a prayer right now over this interview? Because that's how I'm feeling.
We can.
You know what I'm saying? Lord, please guide us. Please watch over us. I hope and pray, oh Father Lord, that you make this interview the best interview that we ever had. I pray that you forward us, you bless us, you increase us in all of our endeavors. In Jesus'
to
name,
that.
amen.
Amen.
That's what I'm talking about. Everything. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, what else?
Lord, please bless this food because we gonna take it down in a minute. And yo, we just want your prayer and your anointing over it. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. All right. So
Yeah.
so now you went through the process of starting from the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. And what's beautiful about that, man? Like I love like here's the thing, man. I'm sure that was uncomfortable.
It was. Yes.
Right.
That's all I could say. It really was.
You don't even have a
you
word
go
for
from
it.
working somewhere where you worked for years. You know your job.
Yeah.
Nobody can
Yeah, you could do it with your
tell
eyes
you.
closed.
And then to, what do you mean I'm cutting this wrong? What do you mean
Right.
this isn't the way it's supposed to be? What do you mean this doesn't have enough color? What do you mean? Like just things like the most minute. Chefs are very big on detail.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's a world I never knew.
Yeah.
So, going from that to where somebody, and I had a chef, which to this day, I accredit him to who I am. And he may not never know.
What's his name?
His name was Chef Justin.
Yo, shout out to Chef Justin, man. Like you sold in.
He really.
You sold into this girl,
to
man.
have somebody drilling you, like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like, this is this and that. And you swear up and down you did the best job, but
Right.
to him is,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So how important is mentorship? Because I'm assuming he was a mentor.
He was, and like I said, he did. We'll never know.
Right.
It's very important. There's like a few chefs that I dealt with that really instilled in me a lot of stuff that like somebody like me that never went to culinary school,
Right.
never really quick, I learned what I needed to learn.
Yeah.
And there's always a lot of things I need to learn, but to get to where I want to be, like
Right.
to just start to be able to do this, I needed those type of the people in my life that they have no idea what type of impact they had on me.
Right.
No clue to this day.
Well, we gonna shout him out, man. And I mean, man. Mentorship and having someone to push you
Yeah,
is very, very important.
he didn't even know where he was pushing me.
Yeah, I think innately he did. Cause here's the thing, right? I've noticed that a lot of people gravitate to me, right?
Okay,
I gravitate to certain people also,
you have
right?
that personality.
And the reason why is because they see something in me, right? So anyone that I've had in my life as a mentor, right? Way before I could even see anything or see the value or see what type of person they are or what they could sow into me, they've already kind of recognized that in me. And they're coming and they're just pouring into me. They don't even, sometimes some of them don't even know why, but they just know it's something about this person.
I will say, getting to know you all these years, you have something that makes me inside feel, and I probably never told you that because who's talking about that? But wow, okay, I see him, and that pushes me a little bit. Like,
Well, we talk about this on this podcast,
right?
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
what I'm
that's what's
saying? Like,
important.
he's really doing this. Like, this is what he loves. Oh, today he's doing this, but you know what? Today he's gonna put his all into this whole other thing
Right.
that I didn't even think he could do.
Yeah.
And that makes you push yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank
No,
you.
real-
Thank you.
real
Thank
sh-
you. Thank you.
I don't know if we
yeah,
curse
you
on
can
here.
curse on here. You can do
Real
what you
shit,
wanna do.
like
Yeah.
when there's certain people in my life that push you, and you don't even know. They don't know that they're pushing you. You don't even know that it's happening.
Right.
But you just see other people, and it makes you. Oh, I wanna. Oh, okay. I wanna do that too. Like because I could do that. Why not? Why am I selling myself short?
Yeah.
Things like that.
That's a beautiful observation, man.
It's true.
Thank you so much. Listen, I'm popping, y'all. Shit, that nigga lit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, but on a serious note, I've always tried to inspire every conversation you have with me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always inspiring. It's always to push you. It's always to get you to like break down more of the barriers that you've already broken down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to tell anybody anything that they don't know. I'm just here to kind of remind them, right? To re-spark that fire in them. That. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know. Trust me, we all know. But
sometimes you need that.
Yeah, you need that nudge. You know what I'm saying? So that's what your mentors did for you. You know what I'm saying? They gave you that nudge. They made it hard for you. You know,
nothing I ever did at that restaurant was easy. She could tell you 13, 14-hour days. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, really working hard, doing stuff that is not even in my job title. At this point, you get promoted and this and that, but you still got to cut stuff because if you don't do it and there's nobody to do it, your business is going to fail. It's going to mess up the next day. Right. It's going to affect you the next day. Yeah. It's going to affect the whole thing. Right. So I'm going to just do it. I'm going to cut these tomatoes. I'm going to cut this broccoli. I'm going to cut whatever. And you don't even think like, I'm a sous chef. I don't have to do that. Like, no, it's a team thing. And it's just like, it's something you do for the greater good of the whole restaurant, the thing that you're running, the thing that you want to make good. You want to have a great service the next day. Right. So if you want to have a great service the next day and it's 4 people call out, you're going to cut whatever. You're going to mix whatever. You're going to make whatever. And you're going to do it so that the next day you could be great.
Right. Yo, makes perfect sense, man. Make perfect sense. Like, that's the life of my story. That's beautiful. You know what I mean? Or the story of my life. Either way, this shit works. You know what I'm saying? So, with all of these experiences, doing jobs when you have already elevated, right, to a different position. Right. And you had to still, in a sense, go back and still cut things up, take on workloads that was not necessarily in your job description at the level you was at.
I needed that, though.
Right. And collectively, all of those things was just helping you, was just embedding you, adding to you to where you are today. Right. So that's a beautiful thing, man, because a lot of us think that, we don't really have, or let me put it like this. A lot of us think that a lot of things are beneath us, right? And like we don't, we above that, or we have already put in enough time and this, that, and the third. But it's at the end of the day, it's all value, right? And it makes sense at the end of the day. So at what point did you say, okay, I'm going to start my own business?
Okay, so went back to my job. I went to my job, worked there, gained the experience, and it was good.
Right.
Money was good, and experiencing and gaining a knowledge of just learning how to manage a team.
Right.
And learning we have a goal. And how to execute that goal with not just me.
Right.
It's me, the dishwasher, my head chef, the prep guy, and everything. Right. Learn how to bring it together. I never knew how to do that.
Teamwork make the dream work.
And I really learned how. It's not just me.
Right.
We can't make this restaurant shine with just me.
Yeah.
As much as I want to do 10,000 things, and that's just always been me. Like I want to do everything.
Right.
I had to learn. No, you can't just do everything by yourself. You gotta. Yeah, I need her. I need you. I need to make everything work.
Yeah.
I was doing that, and I got caught up in the corporate type of thing.
Right.
Got caught up in that, and after a while, you realize the things that are important and things that you want.
Right.
I didn't want to just be doing that every day. I wanted something of my own.
Right.
And I did the Chef D Kitchen. As I was working at the restaurant, I was still doing my catering thing on the side. Right. But it did pause because so much of my attention and my time was taken working from 7 in the morning to maybe 8 at night.
Right.
It's just the way the restaurant business is. It's no time. There's no, got to clock out. No. 5 o'clock I'm supposed to leave, but XYZ got to be done.
Right.
I either got to make sure it gets done or I have to do it myself.
Right.
So I did that. And then COVID happened.
Right.
Where when I was pushing Chef T, well, it wasn't Chef T's Kitchen at the time. It was Major Kitchen Catering at the time.
Okay.
And I realized this isn't it for me. Like, I need something of my own. Right. COVID happened. It was a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, yo, you know what's interesting about COVID? And I was praying. I was so praying that I said, because here's the thing. The way that the system is, right? The way that everything is set up, it always has us on go, right? And it's uncontrollable, right? Because we're always being pulled, right? And we don't have no say so, right? We just have to get up at a certain time and just go clock in and just do what we have to do, right? And then when you come home, you have all this other stuff to do and responsibilities, and everything is just pulling. You have to meet your responsibilities, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at what point do you have some alone time, right? At what point do you do things that's going to benefit you, right? And the generations to follow you. And when COVID happened, I was just praying that I was like, this is great. You know why this is great? This is great because it slows everybody down.
Absolutely.
Me, okay, you see a bicycle wheel, right? I would throw a monkey wrench in the bicycle wheel just to disrupt what needs to be disrupted, right? So I could slow down, or everything around me could slow down and not be on go mode, or like just throw myself in a position where I'm not being pulled. Right.
And when you're not being pulled, you're able to see from more of a bird's eye view.
Right.
You see everything. Like, COVID happened, and it's like, okay, so they kept me at my job. They let go a lot of people. Almost like 80% of the work staff, they let go. They kept me. I was working, and it seemed like, okay, so I'm working there 5 days a week, yes. But I'm working there. I'm not doing the same things I was doing.
Right.
It was just different. It was a whole, like, almost a step back.
Right.
You know, but I have a job. And it was like the time that I've been wanting and praying for and craving to do my own thing.
Right.
It's now here.
The opportunity is here.
It's here. Right. And I took the time, like, okay, well, let me start. I'm the old school person. I'm not the computer and this and that. Right. I work out with my pen.
Right. Yeah.
I start writing recipes.
Yeah.
Boom. Write my recipes, and I'll try stuff out for Odie. Try stuff out. Well, Odie's my wife, in case anybody know.
Shout out to OD, man. Yo, OD is like the biggest supporter ever in life of her significant other. You know what I'm saying? Like when I grow up, I want to get somebody like OD. Just clone yourself.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Like 20,000 more of you.
But you gotta be a Spanish version. You know what I'm saying? Clone yourself, Spanish, right? And just, you know.
No, like I really was like, okay, little by little. And then at the end of May, let go from my job. As much as they tried to keep me, and then things in my life weren't lining up, we separated. So now I'm by myself.
Was that still scary?
What?
Yes.
Super scary because, okay, all this is going on in the world.
Right.
How am I going to provide for myself? Right. How am I going to provide for my family?
Right.
How am I going to push the things that I want to do? Like, it's so much going on.
Yeah.
You know, and I took the time and said, okay, I'm not working no more. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm not working no more. And slowly, I took probably 2 months off.
Right.
I literally did nothing. Nothing. My brain was going, but my body was doing nothing.
Right.
What is the next step?
Right.
And, you know, it was a bit of a struggle in the household.
Absolutely.
You know, she's looking at me like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, get a job,
right? But jobs wasn't in my field.
Yeah.
Jobs wasn't popping like that. So, but things came where, all right, I don't want to be because at first it was Major Kitchen Catering.
Right.
I don't want to be that anymore. Who is Major Kitchen Catering?
Right. That didn't represent you in its
No,
entirety.
like I did so many caterings and jobs and gigs and stuff, but who is this person that's cooking this food?
Right.
So let's make it more personal. Chef T's Kitchen.
Nice.
Made it that. All right. I set a date for myself. Like, I'm going to do it by this date. I'm going to sell food by this date.
Right.
And I started. That was September 18th. Right now, we're October.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing Chef T's Kitchen for, it's about 2 months or so.
Right.
And, you know,
It's lit. It's lit. Listen, man. Like I be watching the IG, and it be seafood Fridays and all this shit going on, and I be like, yo, son, I gotta pull up. I have to pull up. But yo, I like. Couple of my homegirls and dudes is like, yo, dad, man, like it's Friday, I don't know what to eat, and I screenshot and send it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and they be like, yo, they do Uber and shit like that. Like, yeah, you got that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yo, yeah.
Yeah, it was now the time that I've been asking for is here.
So, do you think and this is what like the point I was trying to drive is that when you have time, right? When you have time to think, that's one of the most important things that I fight for. I don't care who job I got and who I'm working for at what particular point. Like I said, I would throw a monkey wrench in the bicycle
to get it just
right
all.
and to just be in an uncomfortable space. I have to have time to think. Because when we're always going, and the majority of the world,
think about the small
you
things.
can't think, you can't plan,
and
you
the
can't
small
write.
Things is huge.
Yeah,
those things turn into big things.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I went from that. I started selling food, and it's just now more than any of the time I've made these attempts.
Right.
It has been, things are just coming
fruitful. It makes sense.
Like things are really happening.
Everything is making sense.
Things are making sense. Things are just happening. Like, and it's just more like all my attention.
Yes.
Is in this.
So here's what I try to tell people. This what I be trying to tell y'all, right? Is that what you see show up, right? There's a lot of focus that goes into it, right? There's a lot of attention that goes into it.
People don't even understand.
Right? What's happening in the background, like, you know, like the discipline behind it, like your mentality behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's really driving what you guys see.
That. It looks like whatever, like, we just put together. Okay, cool.
No, it don't look like that.
No, but I'm just saying, like, who knows, like, what I had to do to go get the ingredients, what I had to do to, even the time that I took to focus on what's going to be the perfect bite.
Right.
Like, that, things like that. Like, the smallest thing, people don't realize.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything goes into what I make. When I make something.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to find out if everything is in this right now, because I ain't waiting no more.
We need to remind people about what we're eating.
Yeah. Please do.
Okay, so we have jerk chicken wonton.
Woo.
Wontons are a classic dish.
Nice.
Normally Asian flavors. I didn't want to do that. So we threw some Caribbean flavors in there because that's what inspires me the most. So jerk chicken wontons. If you're West Indian, you know about sorrel.
Right.
I took sorrel that I made. You know what I'm saying? Make a sauce out of it.
Fresh sorrel sauce.
Sorrel. So you'll taste the ginger, you'll taste the garlic, you'll taste, I put a little lemon for freshness. A little, I just love, I love gyros.
Right.
But gyros, people may want like a little bite size. And then, the thing too about the gyros, that's like something that came to me where people know my food, but like appetizers are something that is just, it has to be interesting.
Right.
For you to be really like, what is this? Anybody can make a devil egg. Like, who
Yeah.
like, just that's boring.
Yeah.
But make appetizers interesting.
Right.
When that food comes to you and you sitting down, you waiting for your food, your appetizers is like, oh,
yeah, like
what is that?
shit.
It's
Appetizers
different. So I just
tasting
tried
like the
to
main
make
course.
Yeah, you know, it prepares you, prepares your
Right.
palate. And it's just something I try to make my appetizers fun. I try to just be a little bit different. I ain't, the crazy chef, but I like different stuff.
See, that's that Chef T talk. You know what I'm saying? Palate. What the,
Oh,
like, you know what I'm saying? I heard that.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
Palate is everything.
So okay. Before I get to the jerk, right?
Okay.
Because you want to work your way into the jerk. See, you don't want to hit the jerk first. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna be able to taste.
It might overtake the palate with the heat and flavors.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
bold flavors.
So I still got a little bit of chef. A little chef
something,
thing, a little something.
All right.
So we gonna try this.
Try one of those.
Right.
That's a complete bite. If you were to bite into a gyro, for me, that is the complete bite. Every bite should be the complete bite.
Woo!
And they went through a lot of phases and a lot of trying different stuff, and I think this might be
Perfection.
that. I hope you enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the munching.
Oh.
It's got cheese in those too because your average gyro does not have cheese, but I figure why not? Ain't no rules of this.
This is the perfect setup for those of you like I host a lot of boxing. I'm a big boxing fan. And now I host a lot of boxing fight parties. And this is perfect for it. You know what I'm saying? This is perfect for the games. This is perfect for football. Yo, this is perfect for movies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I appreciate it.
I might. Well, I ain't got no shorties right now, but when I get some shorties,
all right. When you get,
what I'm saying, I'm definitely gonna order some of these because this right here is good. Like, man, I'll be lit with this.
Oh, thank you.
No, here you go. Fags
with the mad Z.
With the mad Z. You know what I mean?
All right.
That's good. That's good. That's good. This is absolutely delicious.
Thank you.
Man. Jesus. Listen, so you really, really took time.
I thought about that.
To
How
perfect
long?
this.
How many times have I made this dish to where I be like, I like it. I like the flavors, but this. Like, I just switched. I changed from white meat to dark meat because I feel like dark meat has more flavor and it's more juicy. So once you fry it, this is the thought process that goes into things. Okay, I'm a cook it once and then stuff it and then fry it again. It has to be able to hold up with the same juiciness and this and that. So
I love the backdrop of the black pepper that gives you that little that little sting, right? And it's I was talking to my son today. He sent me 2 beats that he made, and he started off the beat with Ryan is 13 now. He started off the beat with a instrumental, like with an instrument. And then he built on that, right? He added another instrument. And then after that, it was the bass line, right? Okay. One of the beats that he made, the second instruments that he added was too loud. So what I was explaining to him was that every instrument, every ingredient has its separate tone.
Right. But
still complement the body of the beat. And this is what I get from this right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I could like everything is so separated, right? Everything has its distinctive taste.
But together as a cohesive
cohesively.
That's what I'm looking for.
This shit is a banger.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right. So we gonna get should we get into this now?
This is my island.
No, we're gonna get into this now.
This is one of my new babies. Like I really worked on it. Worked on the sauce, and what it encompasses island and what I grew up knowing as island. Like sorrel, yeah, you're going to get your sorrel drink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to get your jerk chicken, but it's wrapped in something that's not even in that culture.
Who would think to do that? That's
people think to do that, and it's just how you make it your own, really.
Right.
So that. I hope you taste it and you like it.
Hey, listen, you ain't got to hope about nothing. Because I'm telling you right now.
Hope it's not too spicy.
Listen, you already set a high bar on this one right here.
Gyro.
You know what I'm saying? On the gyro, like that's like
they
the
call
bar.
gyros. People are like, what are gyros? I'm like, well, it's a gyro and an egg roll.
All right, so we're gonna bite into this.
All right, but
listen, let me give you props on presentation.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I watch your IG, man. Your presentation
Thank you.
is crazy.
I really
you know what I'm saying?
I really work hard.
Your shit look like a Spanish woman dressed in a nice dress. Whining.
You
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, that's how it look. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope you enjoy the little wonton.
You know,
It's a different,
Just-
totally different.
just off of first bite.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that the perimeter is a level on its own,
Okay,
crunchy,
the little crisp.
right?
Some people look
And
for
then
that.
and then the middle is so soft, right? And then by the time you realize it, you tasting the sorrow of the
And
sweetness.
then you're like, oh, there goes the sweetness.
Right.
I didn't want it to overpower. I wanted to just complement.
And then when you think jerk, you think hot fire jerk.
Right, but I
It's
wanted
not
to
that.
be...
This is sexy.
Thank you.
God damn. So listen. So I'm gonna need. Listen. I don't care.
Eat
Right?
up the... Okay.
Yeah. I was telling them the other day about my grandmother.
Auntie Juliet?
Food. My grandmother food, right? Most people think that everything is in the meat. But you only ripping through the meat to get to the bone.
Right.
Because that's where all the juice is at. That's where everything at. You know what I mean? So you
Right.
rip through the meat, you like, yeah, the meat was good. Good. But when you get
Down
to that
the
bone, it's like,
nitty-gritty.
Right. This is good. This is good.
I really appreciate that.
Can I get some tissue? This is good. This
Got
this
tissue
this
there,
is good.
Behind you there.
Absolutely, this is great. I love this.
I like to excite
Listen,
people when they eat. Like, what is this?
Chef
this
T.
is different.
Chef T, I got a question.
Yeah, talk to me.
Everything you bring here
Yeah.
stays here.
Okay.
You understand? Right? Because I'm gonna finish this.
After
You know
he gonna bust that out.
So you started this company and you're really in your element. You're really doing what you love to do. You're really doing what you're passionate about. You're really doing everything that makes sense. You can look back in your life now as a child, looking at your Trinidadian part of the family, right? Looking at your Spanish part of the family, and everything makes sense. Looking at when you were prepping, right, to becoming a chef and climbing the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
Now everything makes sense. And that's a beautiful space to be. So you started your company, and you're really, really doing your thing now with this company, man. Let's tell them what happens on Fridays, man. Cause like Friday, like man,
Fridays is it is the most important part of the week for me.
right.
Like everything leads up to Friday. Like it could be the going out and sourcing for ingredients and certain things I may not have and may not be able to get
Right.
around the way, but I'm gonna travel to get because I have this thought
Right.
and I have like this idea of what I want something to taste like.
Right.
She knows I'll be like, maybe I gotta go. I don't know. I'm gonna take a cab there, and I may not even freaking make what I need to make because I took the cab,
Right.
but I needed that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Fridays I sell food. I do. Some other people do the same thing every week, and I'm not knocking them. That's just what they want to do. Me, I like to switch it up. I like to do different things every week, something different.
Yeah.
I don't like the same stuff. It bores me.
Yeah.
It really does. It
Yeah.
bores me. But I want to try something different every time.
Yeah. As
every
a
time I cook.
creator, you always have to
Yeah,
be
because
in
I
creative
get
mode.
bored with
Yeah.
the same stuff.
Right.
So if I get bored, other people gonna get bored too. I don't want people to get bored of my stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So every week I sell food. It'll be like about 5 o'clock. kitchen is open, and I see what happens, and people support me. People buy from me. It may be new customers. People that I don't even know will hit me up on IG and then be like, "Hey, I seen you, da da da, and I like what I see. I want to come by." All right, and I give them the info. Like, I sell food every Friday, and it's just a blessing to be able to do this thing, like to be able to create. For people to want. It's so, it's fulfilling.
The validation is, definitely a part of it.
I love it. So this week I'm gonna do. This past week has been extremely heavy for me. Heavy. And just me and the way that I deal with things, I don't want to be heavy. I want to be fun. So this week I'm gonna do a sampler box. So, well, it'll be wontons, but it might be shrimp wontons. These gyros would be featured. You could choose any 4 things, and it'll be like all Chef T's fave things that she loves, that people love, that might be on my catering menu that they may not get on the day-to-day menu.
Yeah, the top of the top.
Yeah, like fun stuff. So choose 4 things that you want and love it. And I have an island punch that has been going crazy that I made. I don't even know. My brain just started doing stuff. I love different fruits and flavors. So I put a little punch together, and it's going to be a punch featured on that menu as well. That'll be this Friday.
So is this a drunken punch or
you see, I want to have a little something for everybody, you know?
See, the fact that you use that accent right there,
that means
I already know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to have both options. If you're not a drinker, you could enjoy the punch. If you are a drinker, I got something for you as well.
You got it knock out.
Yeah, a little rum, but I am Trini. Mm-hmm. You could say Puerto Rican and this and that. I is Trini. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I think I'm gonna incorporate some old Guyanese rum because they rum nice.
Oh yeah, listen, it's a knockout. You know what I'm saying? We looking for the bladum. You know what I'm saying? You know what bladum mean? Bladum mean when you find a man just bladum on the floor. Boy. You know what I'm saying?
Just I want to just have something for everyone.
Right.
I want something that's not what everybody's doing. I don't like to follow the crowd. I just like to do what is in here and is in here, and then bring it out in the food.
So what advice would you have for anyone that has an idea to start a business, anyone that has a passion or something that they've dreamed of doing that they want to do?
Honestly, my biggest thing is you know what you want to do.
Right.
If you're a chef and you know, or whatever it is that you know what you love to do. Right. Follow it and don't. You could listen, you could take opinions, but if something is biting you in your soul, like something should be this way, you do it. Right. And try not to listen to naysayers and things like that. Right. Like you just, listen, we learn by doing, and when you want something to go a certain way, you want to try something, you just do it. If it goes this way, you go that way, you learn, and that's it. Right. But you just do it. Because you're never going to feel good if you did it another way and you're like, dang, what if I went with my first mind?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful advice, man. Take heed, man. There's a couple of gems being dropped here, man. I hope y'all listening,
a little something. You
know? So right now, like you're killing this business, right? You have another business on the horizon. Mm-hmm. You partnered up with I met my friend. Her name is Ashley. Right. Shout out to Ashley.
Shout out to Chef Ashley Brewley.
Chef Ashley, man. You know, we got to get you on here. We're going
to get her on.
Right.
We're going to be here as a unit where it's not Chef T's Kitchen. Right. It's our business called Lay Chicks.
Nice.
We're 2 chicks. You know what I'm saying? We like to cook. Mm-hmm. And we want to just bring a little bit of ourselves to the people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, in addition to Chef T's Kitchen, that is more along the lines of the bigger events. Like, if you have whatever it is and it's 80 people and big events that you want catered in a professional way, and you're going to get food that's different. You know, it may not be your regular It might be your
Chow
West
mein.
Indian. It might be that, right? But in addition to it, you might get something a
Right.
little different.
Right.
A little, oh, okay, I didn't, oh, okay, this is nice. This is
Yeah.
different. That's what Lay Chicks is all about. We really try to just be different. But in a sense, we are ourselves. We
Right.
are who we are, and we want that to be shown in the food that we make. So that's more, Chef T's Kitchen is, you're going to get your daily meals. If you have a private event and,
Right.
maybe just a dinner for two, we're going to do that. I could do
Right.
that.
Okay.
And then, but you want you have a 70th or whatever it is, or a big event. And you need it to be catered by two chefs that know what they're doing. It's going to be Lay Chicks.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let me congratulate y'all on that, man. That's
Thank you.
that's awesome, man.
Thank
Listen, you ain't even looking back. You know what I'm saying?
I-
Like I better not
It's
see
very
you at any
easy.
airport ever. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Because you're
and
gone. You're
She
gone.
knows, like, I battle with it myself, because
Right.
the day-to-day when things happen and
Yeah.
bills come,
Mhm.
it's like, dang,
Yeah.
maybe I should just go and get a job, like
Right.
regular job.
Yeah.
What is gonna come from
Yeah,
that?
you've been there before.
Man,
You've been there for.
over there.
You already know. You already
You know
know
what I'm saying?
the
I'm
end game of
looking
that.
forward to the big things
That's what's up.
and the things that belong to me, belong to
Right.
us, being my partner. Like, we look for those things.
That's why having you on this show as a guest.
Thank you.
right,
I
at
appreciate
this-
being here.
at
This
this particular time.
it's beautiful being
It's
here.
perfect
Thank you.
because it's to help you continue to look into the right direction.
Yeah.
Right, outside of all the obstacles and everything that's gonna come, and I want this experience to continue to add every conversation we have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For it to continue to just keep pressing forward, man. I'm super, super proud of you, man.
Thank
like
you.
you're doing your thing out here. We're gonna have all of her everything, social media links, you know what I'm saying? The Gumball Friday. I don't know. We gotta call. We gotta listen, man. We gotta find a name for this
We're gonna find
Friday.
something.
You know what I'm saying? Because I want everybody to like really, really pull up and really, really reach out to her and really, really taste the stuff that I'm tasting. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Not different in the
goal,
sense of, okay, you haven't tasted anything like this before, but the passion and the love that's
it's,
in
you know
it.
what? For me, it is not. I don't never want to alienate my culture.
Right.
I never want to be like, oh yeah, you know about jerk chicken and you know about this, but try this. No,
Right.
I want this to be like, oh, so you bring in what we already know, but with
With a twist.
a little something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. With your personality, your experiences,
Yeah, thank
you know what I'm saying, all kind of wrapped in one. You know
That's
what I mean?
it. Like, I love food, and not just the food aspect, but I love different flavors and different cultures all boiled into one. Like, these wontons are Asian, but who's to say
Right.
why you got to be in a box? Why you got to only
Yeah.
put certain flavors, and why can't you put West Indian flavors in it?
Right.
Why
Listen,
not?
it's absolutely, it tastes good. You won't even,
you.
and it don't even taste like a wonton at all.
It tastes like its own thing.
Yeah, it's its own thing. It
Thank
stands by
It's
itself.
on its own.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it does.
I really appreciate that.
So listen, shout out to everything that you're doing, man. I'm super, super, super proud of you. I can't stop saying that, man.
Thank you.
And we're gonna have all her business ventures that's coming up, right?
We're gonna be right here.
We're gonna have everything in the description, man. Follow Chef T, man. She out here doing big things, man. And again, man, I just want to thank you for coming through, man. Brooklyn
The pleasure
finest,
is mine.
Brooklyn
Trust me.
finest entrepreneurs
We
at
out
its
here.
best. You
Thank
know what I mean?
Thank you so
Let's
much.
go. Photo op, look.
Hey, for your dead friends. Hey, look, I got dead presidents. Hey, look, for your dead friends. Hey,
Look at this.
look, I got dead
son, right?
presidents. Hey,
Till next time, change your mindset, change your reality.
Blue honey,
Brooklyn finest entrepreneurs.
Blue honey, blue honey, blue blue honey, blue honey, blue honey.